Welcome back to this new episode of the Journey podcast. You already know my name is Manzi Mbaya. Guys, I'm very excited because not only I have an amazing guest today in the house, but also I want to take some time to thank you guys for listening to the previous episodes. I really feel so grateful that I get and this opportunity to be able to create a small community that will grow to a bigger community. And when I started this podcast, I never thought that I'm gonna have different listeners from all around the world, and I've been watching my audience, and it's amazing. And I feel so grateful and so privileged to have you all listening to my podcasts. So let me not talk so much time. I'm gonna introduce you guys to Nikita Heaven. Nikita Heaven. There is not. There is so many things to talk about you, and I've been watching your work for so many years. But let me give you time for you to introduce yourself to our listeners and also people watching us on YouTube. And welcome
Hello,
in the house.
everyone. My name is Nikita Heaven.
Yeah.
That's my artist name and also my name. So, yeah.
Nice. So basically, you are welcome to the Journey podcast, and make sure you feel at home.
Thank you.
And I want to have a genuine and a really nice conversation with you, so that we gonna end when we end this episode, it's gonna be very inspiring for both of us. So you are welcome again to the Journey podcast.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
And you?
I'm good. You're looking good.
Thank you. I mean,
Yeah, I like the braids. They're really nice.
yeah, thank you.
So who made them?
I'm the one who made them.
Really? Like you
Yeah.
made your braids by yourself?
Yeah, I make my own braids.
Oh my god. Guys, do you see what I'm seeing? I need to remove my glasses a little bit. Oh my god. So beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Such a privilege to have you in my
Thank
studio.
you so much.
And because that goes back, always watching your work, and it feels like it's been almost 10 years,
Yeah.
10 years. Because if we go back to the time when we had, because I think I got my eyes on you when it was that event, High School Idol,
Yeah.
that was organized by Danny Beats. I feel
Yeah.
like you were also,
Yeah, in 2014.
yeah?
Yeah.
Nice, because you were among the people who were nominated.
Yeah.
Can you remind me what was the nomination?
I think it was Best Female Artist, something like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. And because by the time you were so young, how old were you?
I was 16.
16.
Yeah.
Wow. Because it's been like a really long journey. So I want to know, like, I'm sure also people listening to us, they want to know, who is that cute girl that you brought in the studio, and what is her story as an artist, And guys, if you haven't heard about Nikita Heaven, she is amazing. Honestly, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I've always admired your work, but also it's like very inspiring for me to see that you started young doing your music career, but also I'm sure when you started, which you're gonna explain to me and also tell all of us with our listeners, when you started doing your music, for me, I don't think maybe you started thinking like it's a career, because it was a passion, right?
Yeah.
And me seeing you today also doing your thing, and I'm like, wow, it's inspiring to see that growing up like in Kigali, and it's not every day that you see young people, especially girls, doing music. And also because your type of music, I feel like it's not a common type of music that's these they are used to always listen to, and because you find your work, most of your songs you sing in English, right? And let me not even talk so much, man. Let me just give you time, because I want to know, Nikita Heaven, what was your journey to become an artist that you are today? Yeah, and feel free to welcome us to your journey, and I'm here to listen and also to welcome to our listeners to enjoy your journey. Yeah.
So I started being interested in music around 2013, and no, I was interested in music even way before, but around 2013 I had a friend who, there was this like competition at school.
Yeah.
So she kind of gave out my name to like take part in the competition without me knowing. So I was forced to do it, so I had to do it, and I had never been on stage, so I went on stage and performed. I was really nervous, even I don't know, like it was my first time being that nervous.
So was that high school or primary school?
It was high school.
Which school was that?
Saint-André.
Saint-André.
Yeah. So I performed, and I feel like that was like a wake-up call to me because it felt different. It was a new thing I had experienced, so I
can
wanted
imagine
to continue.
So you felt happy or nervous?
I felt happy, but the beginning, I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even singing. It was hard because you could hear my voice shaking.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I can imagine because if you are, and that was your first
my first performance.
So I can imagine you were nervous, but also I'm
really
sure after that you felt something different also.
Yeah, it feels because it was a new experience to me, so it was a wake-up call.
Nice. And let's go back also before that performance, because I'm sure there is a reason why she called you or she named you so that they can call you for you to perform. Because did you used to maybe sing with her or?
I used to sing around the class.
Yeah.
I actually used to sing a lot, but I didn't know because it had become like breathing to me. Like I used to walk around singing. I wasn't really bothered too much about what people thought about it. So so she kept on seeing me sing from senior 1, senior 2, and then she was like, let me just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what was your inspiration when you started to sing? Like, did you had like idols that you were looking up to, or?
I didn't really have any idols at the beginning because at first it was just me imagining myself on stage. I remember I was like around 7, but then I didn't sing around that time. So around 2011, that's when, I don't know, like I had this, it's like I don't even know how it started. I just remember myself singing, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then you find yourself singing. Did you sing in the shower?
Yeah, but not that much. I used to go behind the house and imagine that it was a stage.
Like
with
at
the
home.
remote in my hands, like the microphone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then you've always felt like a star from the beginning.
Not really a star, but kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Nice. But I mean, me, I take you as a star, and I feel like, trust me, people listening to this podcast and this episode, Nikita Heaven, you are something and you are up to something. Really trust me, because when I look at your work, I'm like, people need to check her out. Really, people need to really, because you're amazing. You know, I love, because I've been listening to some of your songs, you know, and yeah, your voice is just unique. You know, it's not common here around in Kigali and Rwanda. Yeah, so from that journey, because you were in high school at Saint-André, and then that was your first performance.
Yeah.
So did you continue to do performances at school?
So from that performance, that's when my friend introduced me to a producer.
Yeah.
So I used to just go like to the studio and see their work. I didn't really do much.
Yeah.
And then 2014, I did my first song around November, something like that.
2014.
Called Going Back Home. Because actually the high school idol that you talked about, I used to perform, but only covers. So when I was nominated, I was like, I need to actually do something to show, not like covers.
Exactly.
So that's when I decided to actually make a song called Going Back Home. That was my first song.
And I remember you performing. Was it at the Serena Hotel or it was in Remera?
I think I don't remember properly, but one of those.
Yeah, because I feel like we had high school idol in those two venues.
Yeah.
The Serena, but also.
It must be like 2 different years.
Yeah.
So
I
think it was Serena.
Serena, yeah. Because Serena was the big one, and I was also nominated. I remember that.
The star.
For the best dance video of the year. If you
Yeah.
know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, yeah, so you are from Kiyovu.
Yeah.
So you are born and raised in Kiyovu?
No, in Nyamirambo.
Nyamirambo. Yeah. I'm telling you guys that we
We're the
Nyamirambo,
ones.
we are, I mean, people from Nyamirambo, we are
I mean,
raising to the top, and
I'm representing.
representing,
Yeah.
and wait us when we reach the top of the mountain,
Mm.
And I knew you studied at ESCAF, the primary school, where that I went to, but I didn't know you grew up in Nyamirambo also.
Yeah, I did.
So you grew up in Nyamirambo?
From like, I left Nyamirambo like around 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when you moved to Kiyovu
Yeah.
till today.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow, amazing. So from that journey of you also performing at school and then you get nominated in that event, High School Idols, which was an event to highlight teenagers that were in high school,
Yeah.
and it was an event that was created by Danny Beats, who is a music producer right now here in Rwanda. And seeing you today and you're still making music, so because I know you've been living in China. How long have you been in China?
I've been in China for like around 3 years. This would have been my 4th year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just moved back.
Yeah.
So were you there like working or studying?
I was studying, and then I used to perform to restaurants and different places.
Nice.
But we're supposed to cover songs, not like original songs.
Yeah. But how actually, talking about that, I just got very curious. How is it to perform in China in front of a Chinese crowd?
It's
is it
easier.
like diverse, or is it more
Like,
Chinese
it's
people?
not only Chinese people, like most of them are foreigners, and that's why it's easier because China, like everyone speaks Chinese, so when you
Yeah.
perform in English, like most of the times it's like places with foreigners.
Yeah, then it's more like a diverse place.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
more
like that
diverse.
is easier.
Yeah,
Nice.
to be honest.
Nice. So you were studying in China.
Yeah.
What were you studying in China?
International economics and trade.
Ooh, look at you. And wow. And then you just finished your studies?
No, I'm in my last year.
Oh, so you have to go back to finish your studies?
No, we study online.
Online. Okay. Talking about that.
Mm.
Let's go to COVID-19.
COVID.
So that was the reason that you came back?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, because you came back in March or
January.
January.
There was no COVID in Kigali. It was only in China.
True. I mean,
yeah.
I
didn't even think it was going to follow me.
It all began in China.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I can imagine it must be boring also staying there. Then you were like, okay, let me just
I
go
really
back home.
needed to come back because
Nice.
it's easier to, in the artist industry, it's easier when you're around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, last time when we talked before you come here to the studio, you told me like you were working also on your new album.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure people listening to us are also curious to know how is that album? What is the inspiration behind the album?
To be honest, I'm not overthinking about the album because even right now we've finished 6 songs, so 6 more songs are remaining, and most of the inspiration I get just comes from, like, I just wake up and then I'm like, I'm going to do this. I didn't want to overthink about it too much because I felt like it was going to limit me from doing what I wanted to do. So yeah.
So you just you have an idea and you go for it.
Yeah, it doesn't have like a specific thing running after it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like also sometimes when I do projects, I feel like sometimes I don't have that big vision or inspiration behind, and maybe with time, with that process of just creating, and then at the end I'm like, oh,
I was creating this subconsciously.
it's just coming together. Oh, maybe this was the reason why I was doing this.
But you didn't know, like, at the beginning.
Yeah. Then I trust the process and I go for it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same thing for you.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing because most of them are actually kind of rotating on something. I just don't know what yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, exciting, exciting. You know, when I texted you on Instagram, because I was looking really to have you on my podcast, and I was like, let me just text her. Will she really want to come on the podcast? Because I don't know, maybe she's a star, you know.
Ah.
And I was like, just go for it, because I felt like I really wanted you on my episode, you know, and also have you and get to know you more, and also get to be inspired by your story, you know. And here you are. Here you are, you came, and I feel really grateful.
Thank you.
My pleasure. So how is it like working with do you have a label now, or you are working as a freelancer?
Not really. I wouldn't say that I have. I feel like I have one because I have a place where I record from and I feel at home when I'm there.
Yeah.
So I don't really have like a label right now. But yeah, like it feels better to work like this because most of the times when you try to work with people and then you sign with them, it's hard to actually control your music.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the studio you're working with now?
Loud Sound.
Loud Sound Music with Z?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I've been seeing a lot of work from Z and the other guys.
He's really good. Everyone is looking for him.
And I feel like you are the only girl there.
Currently.
Because I see it's a lot of guys in the studio, you know, and that hip hop vibe. How does it feel like to work with guys doing hip hop?
Sometimes it's lonely because, for example, if they're working on like a song and then it's like, you know, vibing and stuff, and then they just bring a slow song from Nikita, everything is just like different. It's a different vibe, so it's not easy.
But I also feel like on your side, it's also a space for you to be able to explore also different genre of music.
Yeah.
And also for them also, they are lucky to have you there, because then they can have a privilege to listen to your work and also be inspired from it, you know. For me, I see it as a really good thing, you know.
Looking for the positive.
Because I feel like when you have like colleagues, I would call them colleagues, like you work together, if they're nice and very welcoming, then you feel like you're in a safe space of recording and also be creative. Yeah, that's nice, because I can imagine being the only female in a label and guys are doing hip hop, and it can be very intimidating. But if they are welcoming guys and you feel
it's like, actually a safe space for me, because I don't think I would be comfortable enough to be in another place right now. So
that's nice. Then you feel like you guys are brothers and sisters. You know? That's good.
Feels like a family.
That's really good. I mean, shout out to Zed if he's hearing following the episode. You know, I mean, you have an amazing artist. You know, you should be. I mean, I'm sure you are grateful, and also you guys should.
Grateful too.
You guys you should go and keep it up, keep the limit up. You know, and I'm here supporting you guys, and can't wait to have Zed on the episode, on the podcast, and also Kenny K Shots and everyone. You know, I see you guys are doing really good stuff, you know. And I mean, I love to go on Instagram and also always follow like loud sound music, and also see okay, these guys are really taking their game to the next level, you know. Because that's how I feel like when I look at your generation, not only your label, but also I see different artists, you know, female artists, male artists, and I see everyone is really walking their ass, you know, and I'm like, that's really good, because this is the time for our new generation to take over, you know, because you're gonna see the band Mehdi, they've been here, No Less, they've been here, but they also, I'm sure they are looking forward to welcome you guys, you know. And that is also your space to feel like you are welcomed, you know, if they give you the space to join in, and you also take over and do your thing, you know. And because last time me and you, when we had a conversation, you were telling me like, sometimes I don't feel like my style is welcomed here. And you remember what I told you last time? Because I told you like you should be you, you know. I didn't feel like you, because me, I love your style, you know. And this is a thing here in Rwanda. If you start to sing in English, of course people are gonna say, you will not have a big audience. Of course you are speaking in English here. But I'm like, but if you speak English and you are feeling comfortable singing in English, why not going for it, you know? Because there is no reason of you also trying. I mean, if you want to go very quickly commercial, of course you're gonna speak. You're gonna
I like to
sing
stick on the inspiration side, because if I'm about to write a song and the first thing that comes is in English, I'm not going to force it in Kinyarwanda, because it won't even sound the same. So even French, because I also try French. I mean, to sing in French. So I look more at the creative side, not the...
I mean, you should be you. That's what I'm talking about, you know. And I am happy that that's also the way you see it, you know. Because not many artists would think like you know. Because some will just be like, okay, I just want to grow bigger right now, let me just sing in Kinyarwanda, you know. And you are just doing your thing. And that's what I
don't
love.
want to lie to my audience and be like, I do this style, because if I start in that kind of style and then I change after, I don't feel like I'll be real to anybody. And I wouldn't be enjoying the journey.
I mean, you will not be real to yourself also.
Even myself.
So you need to be comfortable as possible, you know, to share your work, you know. And I mean, you have me as a fan.
Thank
I'm
you.
Sure I've
made it in life.
Lol. I've been also following your work online, and I see like people are engaging so much, you know. And big up to yourself. I see it. And so let's talk about also like, so you go to study to China. Did you felt like your music career was gonna stop, or did you feel like there is some potential?
I mean, it's like around 2017 I had kind of made a break from making music, because I felt like I needed to grow. So all those 3 years I was literally working on improving myself, because even the style I was doing 3 years ago, it's not the same one as this one. So I would say that I felt like my music was stopping, but then I feel like it was meant to be. It had to happen. It was a phase I had to go through, because I was able to grow. Even performing live helped me to improve like my performance on stage and everything. So I find it okay.
Nice. And so you were like in a period of just pause and go back and do your craft. Nice.
I wasn't really forcing myself to create, but then I was like, I need some time to think. Because before making that decision, I had tried working with people around here in Kigali, and then people kept on trying to change my work. They were like, oh, the style is different, the language is different. I was like, at least I can try to change the language, but then the style, I cannot change it, because
keep my style,
that's what I feel. So it was really hard. And when you work with people who don't like what you're working on, it's not a safe space for you as an artist.
I feel like also you can't be yourself, you know, because if you are working with a producer and you feel like they are trying to change your artistry, the way you are seeing your art, then it's not working, you know, because then you feel like you are being forced to be someone you're not. And that's
when I say it, people
depressing.
Sometimes people don't get it, because I used to get people who used to talk to me and be like, Nikita, why don't you try like this? And then at some point when you get far, you start doing your work, and I'm like, no, I really like, even if I tried doing it and earn from it, I wouldn't, inside of myself, like my mental health comes first, and if I'm doing something I'm not comfortable with, I wouldn't like enjoy it.
No, you wouldn't. And also I don't feel like people would enjoy. People would still sense that you are not being yourself, you know. And happy for you, good for you, you know. Good for you that you you were able to push back and also say, no, me, I'm gonna do my thing. This is how I do it. This is what I want to do. It might take time, but this is who I am.
Yeah, I don't even care how long it takes.
Yeah, and that's what's amazing about also have integrity when you're an artist, because I feel like people will take advantage of you. Like they will just because they see, she has an amazing voice, just because they want to make money, you know.
Yeah,
and then
because most of the times they look at the way they earn, not you. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's why you have to push back and say, no, me, Nikita Heaven, I do my things like this. Do you want to go with me? You know, do you see my vision? And yeah, I feel like that's how we grow, and that's how we go forward with our creations, because we are able to be honest to ourselves, and then what we give there is going to be amazing, and also people will be more inspired by your work.
Yeah.
And so, and then when you came back from China, was in January 2020, right?
Yeah.
And then that was before Rwanda we get in the lockdown and the quarantine, right?
Yeah.
And then, so you just start right away to make some music?
I had came last year for summer holiday and I made an EP, but then it wasn't released yet. So when I came back, I released my EP around February 24th.
Yeah.
So I still had work to release. So I released the EP, and then like 1 month later, the whole month I was actually working. So when the lockdown was here, like I didn't really need. I feel like I needed some time to actually work on more stuff.
Yeah.
So that's when I made a decision to work on an album, because we were locked inside.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just work on something new.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how was that journey of you working on your album while being
It's not
in the
an easy
quarantine?
journey. It's not an easy journey because I was creating a lot. I wasn't only working on music.
Yeah.
So at some point I started, when I was working on it, I started, for some reason, after releasing my EP, the people I was expecting to listen to my EP were more than the ones I expected. Because when I released it, I was like, let me just put it out. I don't care like how many people. But then people were many, and then people started asking for more. Not many people, but they started asking for more. So it's scary because when you're about to work on something new, you're like, okay, what if I do this and then they don't like it? And usually all these 6 years, my voice has been the one that used to determine everything. But now other people's voices are starting to get into my head. So it's hard because you're like, okay, if I do this and then they don't like it, it's actually going to affect me. So I tried silencing other people's voices throughout all these months. So yeah. It's not an easy project to work on, because even when I look at it, it has like 5 different styles in it. It has reggae. It has like things I've never tried before. So
amazing.
Yeah,
And
really
I feel like I feel like you are on a really good path, because that's how we grow, we as artists, you know. You're not gonna stay in your comfort zone and limit yourself, you know. And if that album comes out, when you look at it, you're gonna be so proud of yourself, because you're gonna be like, oh my god. So I did reggae, I did pop, I did this and this and this in one album.
Yeah, put everything.
Big up yourself. Not everyone does that, you know. And it's not gonna be easy when you do that. And I feel like, maybe it might be frustrating in the moment, it might be depressing in the moment, but it's worth it. It's worth it, because I feel like when you will look back, you're gonna say, wow.
Yeah.
Me, when people were complaining in the quarantine, I was making music, and this is what I did. When are we expecting the album to come out?
So far, I really don't know, because now 6 songs, like we haven't recorded the remaining songs. Yeah. But then maybe the end of this year, or it might even be the end of November. You never know, because even like right now, I'm currently going to the studio to check if I can add more stuff. So let's stand by then. Yeah.
I mean, guys, if you haven't heard anything or any work about Nikita Heaven, you can find her on Instagram, Nikita Heaven, right?
Yeah.
And do you use Facebook?
Yeah. Same. Not that much, but I do.
Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of people listening to us, they use Instagram more than anything,
Yeah.
and also YouTube. It's Nikita Heaven.
Yeah, it's the same everywhere. But
Yeah.
I also have a vlog channel.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So your vlog channel is the same Nikita Heaven, or it's another
Nikita H only without
Nikita
Heaven.
H.
Yeah.
And is it connected to Nikita Heaven?
Not really, but when you search my name, you find both of the channels. So I was
Amazing.
mentioning that to not confuse people.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then people can still find you on Instagram, Nikita Heaven, and also Nikita H on YouTube
Yeah.
as your vlog YouTube. Talking about vlog, because
Mm.
I've been seeing on Instagram you uploading some nice video content. So you've been also editing videos.
Yeah, I'm interested in filmmaking,
Yeah.
but then because I didn't have the opportunity to actually study it, I had to find a way to learn it by myself. So
Nice.
one of the easiest ways was using vlogs as a way of perfecting my video skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, what I've seen on Instagram was also you doing those short films, taking portraits yourself, So most of your vlogs, what are you talking about in your vlogs?
I'm just showing people around, or I used to do hair stuff and cooking. Most of the times I used to cook, but now I haven't really had enough time to work on the vlogs, so I really didn't upload so far. So yeah.
Yeah. But do we expect more soon?
Yeah, I actually have edited videos. I just haven't uploaded them yet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Looking forward to watch them.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to listen to your upcoming album, And so where are we going to find the album when it's out?
On all platforms,
Yeah.
because even the EP is like on all platforms.
Everywhere. We can find it on
Apple
Spotify.
Music,
Nice. And still Nikita Heaven.
Visa, yeah, everywhere.
Nice. So people, if you want to find
Internet.
Nikita Heaven's work, then on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify.
Just search up my name.
Yeah, just go for it and type Nikita Heaven.
Yeah.
Nice. And so I'm always curious because I've been having conversation with different artists through previous episodes, and I also ask them, because we are still in this pandemic. Maybe it's getting better, but we are still in the pandemic, There's still so many things that are not happening, and gyms are still closed, events, venues, clubs, and I'm wondering if you want to share like your personal, how did you take this quarantine process? How was it depressing? Was it maybe a good way for you to think about what you're doing, what you want to do? Yeah, like how was it?
I actually feel like at the beginning of the lockdown, it was okay because I was like, I have my camera in the room,
Yeah.
I have a small microphone, so I can be like creating. So for those 3 months, I was creating, and I reached a point where I had a burnout. I couldn't create anymore. I was like, I had no inspiration because of creating so much. So I feel like that would be like the worst part I had to experience throughout the lockdown, because it's sad that now like I'm struggling with inspiration,
Yeah.
but then the lockdown is not on anymore. So
Yeah.
that's the only thing I would say that was bad, but other stuff, it was okay for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you talking about inspiration, I feel like personally, on my side, I feel like if I am closed in a room and I can't go out and it's a quarantine, I feel like it's very depressing because I am a dancer and I'm used to always move around, and
Yeah. You need space.
I need space,
Yeah.
I need to meet people, I need to make contact, and I feel like if I'm closed in one room, then I don't have freedom, and if I don't have freedom, I feel like I'm trapped.
Yeah.
Was it the same?
At the beginning, it wasn't.
It wasn't, yeah.
I really needed to be indoors because I had really been outside so much. So I was
Yeah.
like, this is a time for me. So I kept on creating. Yeah, it was tiring. It's like doing something for a long time. You get tired of it, and then you need something new. So
Yeah.
for me, I need to be changing the environment.
Nice. But you managed. Here you are,
Yeah.
working on your album,
Yeah, I think
And-
I'm trying.
You are doing great. I feel like you're doing great, and yeah, all I would say, I can't wait to hear your album, and also I'm very curious to see like each song, what you will be talking about, what you will be singing,
Yeah.
I'm very curious, really, and I wish you all the best, and
Thank you.
thank you for
Amen to
coming.
that.
Really, thank you for coming to my podcast. I feel very honored.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
it's not every day that you ask an artist to come to your podcast and they become humble and they're like, oh. Sometimes they would just say, okay, I'm gonna ask my manager if I can come, or I'm gonna ask my label, and you're like, okay,
I believe
cool.
in visions like this.
Thank you so much. Really, my pleasure. Because when I started this podcast, that was the purpose, to bring artists that I feel like they inspire me, and I feel like they can inspire also people out there, and I mean, this is a journey podcast.
We really need it, because there's so many people who need their voices to be heard. And
Exactly.
They haven't had the platform where they can actually express themselves.
Exactly. Because I feel like not everyone has access to know radio presenters or TV stations, but I feel like it's also, I mean, podcast, the journey part it's a safe space, it's a safe space for you to go through your journey, and also share with me and share with our listeners, and we talk about your journey, we talk about what you are up to, what's your upcoming projects, and also for you to inspire us. I feel inspired to see you like non-stop walking, since back in the years, and here we are writing our own history, talking about what we do, and I feel very happy. I feel very happy, and also I'm like, you're welcome anytime,
Yeah, thank you. I would like to come back.
Yeah.
Still have more.
Exactly. So when you come back, we need to bring also some of your friends, and also maybe Zed and
Zed. Yeah, definitely.
Because when the album comes out, definitely you need to come back and we talk about it.
Now I feel like I want to release it today.
Okay, nice. Guys, thank you so much for being with us. I really feel so grateful to have you guys with us, and also I feel like I created my own community with artists and also you guys, and I feel like it's an amazing journey to have you all, and shout out to all the people watching us on YouTube, and much love. I mean, I'm sorry if I couldn't get my eyes on you guys, but I had Nikita Heaven. I feel like it was enough to just stick my eyes on her and her braids, and I mean, look at her. She's dripping, drip. And guys, if you want to know more about Nikita Heaven, you can find her on Instagram, Nikita Heaven, and her YouTube channel, Nikita Heaven, but also her YouTube vlog. It's Nikita H. Okay, yeah, Nikita H. And you can listen our podcast and all the episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and also Google Podcasts. You can find it on Anchor, YouTube. Basically, you can find it also on Breaker. Guys, much love. You already know that we are nothing without you guys. We need you guys to listen to us and also interact with us and share with your friends and family. And it's a journey. I'm with you, and I'm gonna bring in you different artists and creative people to come and share their stories. And I'm so privileged, guys. I feel so grateful and honored to always bring creative people. So much inspiration. Yeah. If there is anything you want to say, and yeah. I'm gonna say it again. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
I feel so grateful to have you, and much love and respect to your work, and also keep it up, keep the limit up. I can't wait to see you on the top of the mountain.
Amen to that.
I can't wait, And thank you guys so much. Thank you so much again for listening to the #1 podcast in the country, the Journey Podcast, hosted by me, Manzi Mbaya. You already know. Much love. Big up. That was amazing.